Hello and welcome. I'm going to do a solve of a different case today. It's one from the Brazilian XL Championship semifinals. But first, I wanted to revisit yesterday's case, Powerlifting by Hayden Wiseman, because in addition to the case itself, there is an Easter egg hunt in here, which I had heard Hayden mention elsewhere, and then I forgot about it. So, step one is to move his picture. By the way, just doesn't this picture just scream I am an XL champion to you? All right, Easter egg one. The picture is the plate. This picture is the plate loading in. Oh, sorry, loading in question 70. Yay, free points if you can count. This. Oh, this picture is the plate loading. I have to go look at question 70. I was low key wondering what weight was going on there. 107. 107? Oh, sorry, no, that's after my weird adjustment. So the actual value is 292.5. It was pretty close. I guessed it was like 280 or so, but I couldn't really tell of all the little things. Anyway, okay, 4 more Easter eggs to go to find. Try searching for the next one. Good luck and enjoy the case. All right, so let's search for egg. Easter egg 2. Oh, look, there it is. The athlete on this row is my coach in real life. He's also the answer to another question in this case. Ooh, exciting. Using Control F was a bit too easy. Damn, I better get smarter at hiding these. Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. All right, so let's start with the obvious interpretation of that. Easter egg 3. The team in question 111 win overall. They always win. Yes, it's annoying, I know. Anyway, I wrote a super duper complex lambda that calculates the meaning of life. All right, hang on. I gotta see question 111. Is that Team USA? It is. Figured they might be pretty good. All right. I wrote a super duper complex lambda that calculates the meaning of life. Okay. So, oh, here it is. Super secret lambda. That's great. All right. So, let me find somewhere to put this. I'll put it here. There we go. Let up quark be all these numbers, down quark be all these strange quarks, arm quark, top quark, bottom quark, electron, electron, neutrino, muon, neutrino, tau, down neutrino. Easter egg 4. This is too complicated. Instead, why don't you take the level 5 names and add left of the array? I am curious about this. No, it's of no arguments, is it? Looks like it's a lambda of no arguments, but it is not. Outputting as expected. Let's see. Fundamental particles, fundamental forces. Out is concat of x lookup of h stack fundamental particles in fundamental forces. Returning. Wait, Cell formula result is a function. Oh, sorry, yeah, you gotta call it with no arguments. Wrong. Anyway, all right. Sorry, what was the thing in the middle about level 5 names and concat left of the array? Concat left of this. Wait, the lambda did work. Did it? Did it? Let's see. All right, I'm gonna have to take a slightly closer look at this. First of all, let's place this with that. That'll make it easier to read. Okay. This is hilarious. Anyway, okay, so I want to take this. Oh, hang on. Wait. Is it just out is concat? Okay, fine. So I guess we need to replace wrong with out. Oh yeah, that's right. I did get this last story. Anyway, the meaning of life is what I'm supposed to do. I'm not sure I actually have it quite yet, but I think it's probably about trying to have fun or something. this little game. How about one more clue for my next case? What has 6 of something, 8 of something, 12 of something, and 54 of something? That was an excellent, excellent hunt. I love that. I'll have to ponder this bit later. Anyway, nice work, Hayden. This is the crossover between your two channels that we all didn't know we were waiting for. I love it. I can't immediately think of the answer for that, but I will have to noodle on it. All right. Into the solve in a second. One quick programming note, which is to say two things. One, tomorrow's Lambda Lab, if I can find the time in my actual life, is going to be a different one, to say the least. It's going to be a much longer one than usual. I've been trying to kind of restrict myself to 1 hour, but I have a project that I'm excited about, which is like building in many different directions on the scan by call thing I was working on at the end of last week's one. That I have got a ton of ideas on from Bo, and also got some ideas on from Thomas Marcello. And it's like combining one of Thomas's ideas and one of Bo's ideas and something I've been noodling for a while, and it's an epic project. So I don't know, it might take me hours. So that's what's going to happen tomorrow. And then after that, I don't know, it might be a while until my next video, because it's a 3-day weekend here, and I'm on the live stream on Saturday, which means that I won't actually get to record any of my live attempts, which is normally how I get videos out quickly. It's just record my live attempt and don't edit anything. So yeah, I don't know when I'm gonna next have a video out after that, but sometime middle of next week, I guess. All right, enough yak. Into the crazy hard solve of the Brazil semifinals case. Hello and welcome. I'm gonna have a go at this semi-final case from the Brazil Excel Championships today. It's called Dealing the Cards by Lander Alves. And with this, I will finally be caught up on that crazy Saturday from a few weeks back that had like 12 cases at once. And ready for this coming Saturday where there'll be another 6 cases. It's non-stop at the moment. Anyway, all right, let's read. I will say I played part of this case before, I think down as far as level 5. Yeah, level 5. And I think I couldn't match the answers. I got lost, and then I had to stop. Then I went and looked at Bo's video to figure out what I had done wrong. So yeah, some of this I've seen before. Anyway, dealing the cards, semifinal A. In this challenge, we want to know if you're the one dealing the cards in the semifinal. What better? Okay, hold on. We won't be using the traditional deck. Yeah, so I remember this. There's like this weird version of special suits. So we've got suit, symbol, and name. And we've got values. This is the equivalent of, ace, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10, jack, queen, king. Then they have names and value. I don't remember how I handled the value, but for now I'm just going to make that a 1, because 1 or 14 is not helpful, but I'll remember that. Okay, so I'm going to call this ST for suit and ST name. I'm going to call this, I guess, sim for symbol, sim name. And I don't know, simval, I guess. I think while I'm at it, I'm going to make a lookup table. Yeah, they're combined in that order, so I'm going to make a simple lookup table, because I do remember that we have to, yeah, oh, it happens right at the start actually. So this is basically level 1, is that we have to combine these. So let's do this and 2 row of sim, and let's do call that. Correspondingly, we want that name and that name. Oops, sorry, and a space. Okay, so this will be, I guess, CRD, and this will be CRD name. And I guess I might as well do to call of if sequence for then 2 row simval. Yes, okay, so that gives me 1. Yeah, okay, good. So sorry, that's my CRD name, CRD val. All right, let's go from there. I'll come back to bonuses later. Identify the name of the card. Okay, so this is just XLOOKUP. This in, oops, sorry, not that, because that's not an empty cell. It just looks like it because the score is currently hidden. In CRD, returning from CRD name. Looks fine. Level 2, you must identify in the list of cards the number of cards from the requested suit. Okay. So this should just be, sorry, I'll import my lambdas. So I want to count the occurrences in this text of XLOOKUP, this in in ST name, returning from ST. Oops. Okay. For level 3, you must identify which suit appears the most in the list of cards. Okay. So, I think first what I want is regex extract of reg pattern of ST. Sorry, from this text. The pattern is reg pattern of ST, and I want them all, and that gives me all of them. So just to show you quickly, this is just a simple lambda that combines inputs and puts them into the format for a regex capture group with this or this or this or this or this. So that, and then I can say most of that to say how many of each of them there are, and we just want to know the suit that appears most often. Fine. So then it's going to be XLOOKUP at that in ST, returning from ST name. Okay. For level 4, you must identify the name of the last card of the largest unio. Okay, so I'm going to refresh my memory. Unios and ordos are like the equivalent of straights and flushes, I think. But okay, so unios are consecutive cards of the same suit, regardless of numeric order. Okay, D2, 6, 9, and R are consecutive. Huh? Oh, right, sorry, consecutive in the draw order. Got it. Okay. So that's actually not like straight, but that's fine. Before we specify the name of the last card of the largest unio in the list of cards. Okay. So first I want to do the same thing here. I'll regex extract on this by reg pattern. Reg pattern of ST1. And then I have this called runs count of this array. So this will tell me, this is the first star. I guess there's two different kinds of stars, whatever. There's the first of that star, first of that star, first of that one, then the second, then the third, then the fourth, then the fifth. Then it's the first of that, then the first, then the first, and so on. Okay, why have I got more stuff over here? What on earth is this? Huh? Did I put this here? I don't think so. Anyway, all right, get rid of that. All right. So then what are we interested in? We're interested in the last card of the largest unit. If there's a tie in the size of the largest unit, consider the last one that appears as the largest. Okay, so in other words, if there's, let me just center these, make it easier to read. If there's more than one, let's say that 5 is the longest one. If there's more than one, then I'm interested in the last one. So in other words, I just want to find the last occurrence of the largest number in here, which is fine. So we just put this in here. And then we just want to X match some big num, which can just be whatever, 10, 1,000, against that. Match mode, exact match or next smaller item. Oh, no, I do need to specify search last to first. Okay, so that is 7, and then I need to get the card in position 7. So we're going to index. We're going to regex extract again. From here, and it can be reg pattern of CRD1. So we index on that by that number, go away, and then I want to XLOOKUP that in CRD, returning from CRD name. Weakness known as yes, looks promising. All right. Any hints? No. All right. Okay, find the highest score achieved by any player and multiply it by their seat position at the table. Okay. So first, we gotta deal cards. Following seat order in ascending order. Player one, fine. Then discard a card. Deal a second card. Discard a card. Deal a third card. Okay. So, first things first. Regex extract from here by a reg pattern of CRD. One. What are we hitting? I think there are accidentally solutions left in this file in some places. It's interesting. They're just like way out to the side. Anyway, okay, so this has, okay, so this is the whole 52 card deck. So then, yeah, this is not what I was thinking. All right, so if I'm going to do, if there are 3 players, then I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, skip, and then reset. So I want to wrap this in that +1. So we'll say wrap rows of this in rows of this +1. Okay. So then I want to take from that the first 3 rows and the first these many columns. Okay, so these are player 1's cards, player 2's cards, and player 3's cards. So now, what else do I need to be able to do? Level 6, identify the name of the first and last card of the largest ordo. Okay. It's totally separate, so fine. Alright, so we've dealt the cards. Base point sum, sure. Magnum cards are worth 14 points. Alright, so let's just go ahead and put that as 14, if that's the default. The player has a unio multiplied by the number of cards in that unio. Okay, so yeah. So then if I'd said bicall of that with runs all, that should say there's 3 in a row there, there's 1, 1, 1 there, and there's 3 in a row here. Yes, fine. An ordo checks, sorry, what is the definition of an ordo? Consecutive sequential values regardless of the suit. Got it. For ordo formation, be 1 or 14. Got it. But they need to be consecutive. I think from the way this works, no, hang on. Consecutive sequential. I think this means they have to be dealt in that order, but let's look at the example. Hopefully that'll clarify. Okay, so round 1, player 1 gets diamond M, then leaf 4, then star 5. Is that right? No. Wait. Oh god, that's not good. Alright, we got bigger problems. Oh, sorry. Discard that one. Okay, so they get diamond 2 and diamond 10. Okay. Yes, happy days. So they get unio 3 and they get an ordo 2. I'm going to do. Got it. Okay. How are we going to do this in a sensible way? 2, 3, 5, 2. They get. Oh, hang on. Sorry. No, that's a totally different interpretation. So this is contains 2 and 3. Oh, bloody hell. 9, 10, I. These are in order. These are not. So it does not have to be in order. Okay. Bloody hell. Then this consecutive That is in dealing order, but this is apparently not. Oh god, that's very confusing. Maybe this is why I got so lost last time. Anyway, fine. Let's keep moving. Figure it out. Where were we? Here. Okay. Okay, so base points are 26. Unio 3. Ordo 2. Okay, so the Unio multiplies the whole thing. Multiply the base. Okay, fine. Okay, so let cards be all that stuff. Base can be XLOOKUP. XLOOKUP cards in CRD, returning from CRD val. And I guess we want bycall sum of that. Oops, all right. Return base for a minute. That gives 26, 10, and 30. 26, 10, and 30, yes. Okay, then I guess Unio will be bycall. Actually, we can do a regular bycall because it's going to end up being one cell. Left of cards, lambda CL, max of runs all of CL. Then give me Unio. That gives me 3, 1, 3, which is the desired answer. Now, how do we think about ordos? Ordos, oh, they don't have to be, it's regardless of suit, but they also don't have to be consecutive, so it's just okay. First thing is text that. No, so then I'm just going to replace all these with whoa, that triggered a lot of calculations. And a crash. Okay, that's not ideal. Very confused. Okay, what the hell? Okay, I guess it's opening up all my things that were open in robot, which is fine. Formula robot can close. FMWC robot can close. Esports labs can close. This is what I want, and what is this? That's more esports stuff. Okay. So what the absolute heck happened there? I don't know. Anyway, let's see. I haven't broken anything, have I? No, fine. All right, so let's just get back to showing base for a minute. Sorry, not base cards. So yeah, so I think what I want is first I want to XLOOKUP mid this to 2 in sim, returning from sim val, and then I want sequence 14, and then I want bycall of this. Lambda call is number x match. Make it minus is number x match. This against call. Yes. Then let's say let whatever x be that, and I want x times. Yes, because we're just checking for existence, so this will only ever be 0, 1. So I want x times runs all of x. And one more closing bracket. Okay, so here we have a 2, and here we have a 3, and I think that works fine. Yeah. The only thing I'm not totally clear on is, can you have, do you need to have 2 separate m's to get that? I don't know, but whatever. Landers cases are always full of edge cases that trip me up. That's fine. All right, so Wordo then. Let's try and clean this up a little. So this is sequence 14. So we'll put that there. No, sorry, not there. We'll put it. Sorry, yes, there. And then this in here. Okay. Ordo. Be all that madness. Return Ordo. Right. Oh, sorry, yeah, not that. Mid of cards. Okay, but then I don't want that. I want max of that. And that is 1, 2, and 3. Does that give the right answer? Ordo. No, player 1 is supposed to have a 2-card Ordo. Bother. Alright, get rid of the max for a second. Let's B-stack. Cards and Ordo. Yeah, so you have an M2, so what's the story? Oh, that's the 14 in the bar. Right. So I need to do both. So here's what I can do. I can say mod simval -1 by 13 plus 1, and then I can do the same thing here. Mod that -1 by 13 plus 1. And now there's 2 things there. But this is also, sorry, yeah. So M2 is an ordo, 2-3 is an ordo, and 9-10i is an ordo. Okay, good. So then add back the max. And that. So then I want base times unio times ordo. Okay, so it's 156, 20, and 270. 156, 20, and 270, yes. And then I want to multiply the winning score by the seat number. Fine. So, so that's scores, and I want max of scores times X match, max of scores against scores. All right. Okay, so I got to the stage yesterday where I was about to start level 6, and then things went a little off the rails in level 6 and distinctly off the rails in level 7. I ended up really tying myself in knots on that, so I'm going to wipe the slate and try that again. I also, as I was checking things later, I turned on my feedback here and realized I got some of these wrong. Took me a while to figure out what it was, but it was the root of it was the confusion that I had over whether unios and ordos are a function of like dealing order, because it talks about consecutive values, or whether they're not. And I think the answer is they normally are, but in this level, I guess the players are allowed to move their cards around so that they can. Anyway, so I was looking at consecutive cards of the same suit, but on this one, for example, let's just pull this out. It's one of the ones I got wrong. And let's just name this out, and we'll vstack cards and base and Unio and Ordo. So I think it was the last player. So here they don't have 2 consecutive star cards, so I'm giving them a 1 for Unio, but actually I should be giving them a 2. So pretty easy fix. Here, where I'm doing runs all, that's kind of counting consecutive occurrences, what I want to do instead is group by CL rows 0, 0, and then just take the max of that. And then hopefully that last one, yeah, now has a 2 for the Unio, that's good. And then we can, I guess I'll just leave this named check in case I need it later and go back to out. And that'll fix that one. Does it fix the rest as well? Yes, good. Things would be going pear-shaped if the first fix didn't get everything. All right, this I guess is another play of that earlier. I don't know what that is. Oh yeah, this one. Anyway, okay. So level 6. So what tripped me up here is you have to find the largest Ordo in the list of cards. I basically had this working yesterday, except that I was looking at consecutive. And here I've got some of my workings that I added yesterday as well. I'll leave this part in. This is just the symbols with the thing that comes after them. But I was looking at consecutive mod 13 to allow for the M being either 1 or 14. But the key thing, just like in real cards, is it can be 1 or 14. Aces can be high or low, but they can't be both. And so I was allowing kind of 13, R as 13 goes into M as 14, goes into 2 as 2. Which does not make any sense. So just, yeah, this I've named const. I will probably come back to that. But okay, so now I'm going to do Ordos in a different way, and I think this way will also work better for level 7, where we're also interested in Ordos, but where we can have wildcards. Okay, so I'm going to start with the same as before. Let cards be regex extract from here. Reg pattern of CRD 1. And show me cards. And now what I want to think about is I want to think about a pattern starting from any given place. So the way I'm going to do that is I'm going to say sequence of 52, comma 52, plus sequence of the longest order you can have is 14. So let's go 14 starting from 0. So that's going to give me 1 to 14 here, 2 to 15 here, 3 to 16 there, and so on across. And then I want to index on cards by that. So this is going to give me the first 14 cards here, and then the next set of 14, the next set, and so on. And then out here it'll give me errors, so I'll just add an if error blank. Okay, then I want to figure out the longest order starting from this card, and I think that will allow me to simplify the logic, because once I have a starting card, it's always going up. So let's just bump this over, and I'll just try and build something that works on this one, and then we'll go from there. So I want to get XLOOKUP of mid of this to 2 in what do I actually call these things? Sim, returning from sim eval. Or actually, wait, I don't even need to do that because I have the card. So I can look up the card in CRD, returning from CRD val. That's a 7, good. And then I want a sequence of 14 values starting from that. And then I want to XLOOKUP this in CRD, returning from CRD val. And basically, I'm interested in how long do these line up with a partial exception for 1 being okay to be equal to 14. Okay, so I'm going to say let vals be that. I'm going to say to match can be sequence of 14 starting at vals. And then I want vals equals to match. Let's just start with that. vals equals to match, we get true and then immediately false. But then I also want to add the possibility that what? So the vals goes to 14, yeah, because I'm interested in 14 as the card value at some point. So where am I here? So I want to allow for the possibility that vals equals 14 and to match. Actually, do I even need to do this? No, I don't need to change it here. I need to change it here. Starting from at vals, I actually want to start from mod of at vals minus 1 by 13 plus 1. Because that will give me, if I just find one that starts with an M here. So if I say xlookup all of these in CRD, returning from CRD val, it gives me that. And if I say mod of this minus 1 by 13 plus 1, because this was the kind of logic for laying it out in I'm always interested in an order starting from a given card, because if I'm starting from this one, it has to be 1. You'll never start from an ace as high. You'll never start from a magnum or magnus or whatever it is as high. Okay, so now I've got that. That makes me happy. Oh, except that now this could be, so if I apply this to this column that starts with an M, it'll start with a false, which I don't want. So that's, I guess the easiest way to fix that is just say if sequence 14, or let's just say sequence 14 equals 1 plus that. Good. So now I want to call that hits. Then I want to call it ordelan, will be xmatch 0 against hits. Oops, sorry, against hits minus 1, and I want to, I guess, allow for the edge case that all 14 are good, because there is an order of up to that length. So we'll say if error, all that stuff, 14. That gives me the ordelan, which is good, and then I think I'm basically ready to go do a bicol. So I'll call this CRD grid, grod grid. So then I want to bicol CRD grid lambda call dot dot dot. I like that, but that's fine. Then it's just all this. Okay, so then we're going to look up call. And then everything else is basically the same. And I don't need to return a variable name here, as much as it is good form. Okay. So then I go, ooh, 14. 14. Why is that 14? Okay, let's just go ordelens, be all of that, and go back to giving me CRD grid. And let's just point this at that and see what's going on. It's obviously some issue with the blanks. 14, so yeah, what? Should be vowels. 3 and right, so there's no match. Okay, fine. So then this should just be, if not found, I don't know, 1,000 or whatever. And then our ordelan would go back to making sense. Good. So then, where is that here? No, here. If not found, 1,000. And then go back to giving me ordelens. Okay. So that gives me a max of 4, which seems right. So then that is the position from which it starts. So then my indices will be h stack, max of word lens, and sorry, no. It'll be x match, whatever we can x match, 99, because it'll never be bigger than 52. Actually, it'll never be bigger than 14, but whatever, doesn't matter. Against word lens, returning from nothing. Sorry, it's an x match, exact match or next smaller item. Just give me that for a second. Sorry, then return ind. So that says start at number 3. Oh, sorry. I also want to search last first. Still says start at number 3. Fine. Just quickly check. Word lens. So there's a 4 there, and there's nothing bigger. Okay, fine. So then it is. I'll just name this mx start. Then I'm interested in stacking mx start with mx start plus max of word lens minus 1. So in other words, if the first position of the longest ordo is 3 and the length of the longest ordo is 4, then the end of it will be 3, 4, 5, 6. So we take the 3 plus the 4 minus the 1. That gives us 3 and 6. Then I want to index on cards by ind. Give me that, and then xlookup that in CRD, returning from CRD sorry, not CRD val, CRD name. Terra Evisum and Terra Magnum. Yes, that looks promising. And then we want to join those with space at space. Just leave the feedback on now because I want to know. Okay, that worked. Okay, so for level 7, you must find the sum of the numeric values of the largest ordo. However, now you must consider jokers when determining the size of the ordo. A joker can take the place of any other card in the deck. So you can use it to increase the size of the ordo, but you don't count its numeric value. Jokers have a numeric value of 0. Unless they're being, so in traditional cards that I'm used to, there's like 52 cards and optionally jokers. But here, certain cards, 3 designated cards, can play the role of a joker. So like here's the example, the biggest ordo is composed of 8 cards. So here's an M star pretending to be a 3, then a 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, then a 4 star pretending to be a 9, and then a 10. But the 6 is, yeah, it's the 6. Yes, the 6 is a joker, but it's also in the right place. So you do count the value of the 6. You don't count the value of the joker that's an M masquerading as a 3, and you don't count the one that's a 4 masquerading as a 9, and you add up the rest. So I think, he said, feeling distinctly nervous, I think that my logic, my revised level 6 logic, will work pretty well here. Whoops, there we go. So let's come down here and let's do some repointing. Just going to come over here. Oh, look at that. Good form. Only one reference. Excellent. Okay. Sorry. Now I need to pause because I gotta get something. I'll be right back. Okay. Sorry about that. Where was I? Right. So it's this logic that needs to change, but I think let's start off gently by going back to card grid, and let's build it up. So we'll take all of this. Wait a second, right? Sorry, yes. Take all of this, put it over here, with not quite so many closing brackets, and we'll look up this as a starting point. Okay, so now where's our example? Our example here starts from M star. And by the way, I'll say the part of what really tripped me up and kind of killed me on this when I was playing around with it yesterday for a long time. I think I like spun my wheels for at least 20 minutes just writing more and more complex formulas. But part of what tripped me up was here. So you got a joker at the start of the run. So the joker plays the role of a 3, and then you got a 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 joker playing the role of a 10, 9, sorry, and then a 10. So, you know, this connects to this, connects to this, connects to this, and so on. But this also connects to this because this is a joker, so it could come after that. And so trying to get the logic to say, well, this connects to this, and this connects to this, but this is not a run, was complex in itself, because you could say, like, you know, could this validly come 2 after that? But then you have to allow for, well, there could be 2 jokers here, and then you have to look 3 back and say, could that come 3 after that? There could be 3 jokers in a row. It got super messy. So the idea of having a thing that says, I'm only interested in this 14, I'm only interested in ordo starting from here, really simplifies the logic a lot. So I need to make some changes to this. The first one is my to match. It's not enough to just look at the initial values anymore. So let's zip along to where here. Here is the one that has the joker. So that would say ordo length 1, which is fine. But so this is a joker and whatever else it is. This is a joker and this, I don't know. Many of these are jokers. So when I'm interested in what is the line through this hit, what I really need to look at is what is the first one that is not a joker, and then draw the line that goes through that. And then, yeah, then we'll go from there, I guess. So, JKR can just be is number search for the same thing. And I'm going to search for it in the list of jokers for that level right here. So then I want to say first non-joker is going to be X match false against joker. Okay, and then I think I can. This is also going to complicate the logic for this to match, because now the dealing with 1 is going to get more complicated. I guess it's still the case that I'm only interested in a 1 if it's a no. God, this is complicated. All right, hang on. Let's do the basics first. So bring this back in. We'll bring this back in. I'll call that out, and let's just for now output first non-j. Sorry, FRST non-j. So here the first non-joker is 2 because the first card is a joker. Good. So now my to match should be, it's going to be from the first non-joker value, which will be index vals, by first non-joker. But then if, so whatever, I've got a 4 here in the second position, so then I want to subtract off first non-joker and add back 1, I think. So now let's just show me to match. That's not good. This needs an at. Stupid. All right. So good. So that's saying there's a 4. Your first non-joker is a 4, so you zoom on up from there. Now the question is, how, if at all, do I need to deal with starting with a 1? And I think the answer is that, okay, let's do it this way. Let's do too much roll. Then we'll say So what I want is so many edge cases here. So if first non-joker is anything other than 1, then we definitely have to be starting from something bigger out there, in which case we are good. We're already making it an automatic hit on the first one. Maybe I don't need to change anything else, actually, because we're already getting an automatic hit on the first one. Nothing else should ever be 0. But I do then, I suppose, want to say, do I even want to say that? So if my first non-joker is a 14, bloody hell. If the only edgy case is where I have I have no jokers to start. So the first non-joker is 1, and the first card is an M. And in that case, I need the sequence to start from 1 and not from 14. So I guess I'll say if first non-joker equals 1, times that, actually, that equals 14, then start from 1. Then start from 1. Otherwise, start from all that madness. Close the sequence. What do you... If this times... Oh, sorry. I pasted that too many times. Whoops. Okay. So now let's just point this at some column that starts with a non-joker M, like this one. And my 2 magic goes 1, 2. Okay, good. Whew, complicated. All right. So now it's going to be that plus joker. So then let's do hits. And let's point it back to the one that should be doing well, which is here. So here we get okay, I'm going to change this slightly because I don't... no, never mind, that's okay. Okay, so... first I want just the sort of quote-unquote valid hits, which should not force the joker at the start. So let's say if sequence 14 equals 1, then I want mod vals minus 2 match. Oh, I can't even do that, can I? No. If it's equal to 1, then equals 2 match. Yeah. So I'm going to do some if, and then plus vals equals 2 match. So if it's 1, then I want to give a yes where it's 1 and 14. So say vals equals 14 times 2 match equals 1. Otherwise false. Vals 2 match. Okay, so that is not a match. These are all matches. That is not, okay, good. Then I want H stack hits with joker. So then here we don't have a match, but we fill it in. Here we have a match, even though it's a joker. Here we don't have a match and we fill it in. We're good. Okay. So now I want to X match 0 against hits plus joker. And forget the, no, I still want the if error 14. So That's not out anymore. That's, call it ln for the length of the longest order. That gives me the 8, which is good. Now what I want is take vowels times hits. Yes, so hits is only ever 0 or 1. Take vowels times hits by ln and sum it, and that gives me 40. Okay. Whew, that is a beast of a formula. And then I need to apply that to every column. So we'll come here, put that there, I think. Now I'm just going to be pedantic and line up my spacing. Okay, that's inside, that's inside. Okay. And then here I think I just want the max of that. Ooh, hang on, actually, wait. Did it say the value of the circular? Oh, sorry, yeah, because you're still referring to the range. I'm going to make that call and make that call. Okay, so now, did I want the score of the longest order or the highest scoring order? Because that is not the same. It appears the last one that appears, yeah, okay. So find the sum of the numeric values of the largest order. Okay, so actually my bycall needs to output both the length and the score. So we will vstack no, I want to sort by len first, so let's put ln and then that. And then close. Whew. And then let's output whatever the heck I called all that madness. I call it ord lens. I guess, well, it doesn't matter. Ord lens is just fine. So there's my 8, and it's worth 40. Hooray. Then I want to XLOOKUP. Never more than 14, so 99 is fine. In take ord lens, first row, returning from take ord lens, last row, match mode, exact match or next smaller item. 14. What? No, no, no. What? Really? Okay. Pull that out and go back to ord lens for a second. Okay, so, oh, max is, ugh, so the last one is stupid again. You've got your 1,000. There's what's going on. Ah, it's this, it's this, it's this, it's this. So I'm going to say if CL is not blank, then that, otherwise false, because it's giving me all the blanks are turning into jokers, which is not good. So give me a score of 4. I mean, it doesn't matter, I guess. Oh yeah, no, it is a score of 14 because it's a single ace. Okay, fine. So then we're back to out. And the answer is 40. And now please work for the rest of them. Oh, geez, really? Immediately wrong. That's a bad start. All right, well, let's look at the rest. Oh, boy. All right, so what's the answer supposed to be here? 44. Oh, boy. All right, let's come over here and try and break it down. So let's vstack cards with ord lens. So the longest here is 10, which is right here. And so let's see, that is, Yes, I bet it's because, yes, it is. It's because I'm giving that a value of 14 instead of a value of 1. Oh, crap. Oh, how do I even adjust for that? Um, okay, I think I might see a way. Because instead of doing vowels, I could do to match. And that would be 1 for the first one, and 14 if it comes up again. So let's call that check and go back to outputting out. Okay, phew. Phew, I thought I was going to be here all day. Kind of was anyway, but okay. All right, now let's quickly, quickly, that's funny, do the bonuses. How many times does the most frequent suit appear in 11 to 30? Okay, so I think I want max of, equals max of count awk of concat of 11 to 30 is just these, yes. Got that, and st. Good. In questions 31 to 50, how many cards from the suits Ignis and Terra appear? Okay. That's where, here we are, just the first two. Okay. So then it's kind of the same as this, but we're going to sum. We don't want all the suits, we just want the first two. And we don't want these levels, we want these levels. Okay. According to the card dealing dynamic applied in level 5, what's the maximum number of players that can fit at a table considering a full deck? Okay, so this is the number of cards you deal is the number of players plus 1 times 3. So 52 divided by 3 is 17, so 16 players. I don't want to use this to check, so let's just see. If you had 17 players, you need 18 times, yeah, so it's 16 players. All right, in questions 11 to 70, for each individual question, group the cards by suit and organize them in ascending order of numeric value. Which question has the largest order within a single suit after reorg? Oh my god, what? Okay, and in a full deck, how many different 5-card combinations form an ordo, considering that M can be used? Oh, okay, let's think about this one first. This feels like a classic math exercise. So first, we want to pick 5 values, and the number of ways we can do that. You can pick starting from M is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, you can start from 10, an ace. You can't start from, okay, so there's 10 places you can start. Then there are 4 to the power of 5 different combinations. So in other words, if you want whatever M 2, 3, 4, 5, there are 4 different M's, 4 different 2s, 4 different 3s, da 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 da. Is that it then? Yeah, I think that's it. Okay, that wasn't as bad as I thought. All right, so then for this one, each individual can group the cards by suit, organize them in ascending order of numeric value. Okay, so I think this is actually fine. Which question? I'm sorry, it's at 11 to 70. Yes. Okay. So I think what I want is first I want ST and 2-row sim. That's all the cards, except I think I want it the other way around. 2-row ST and sim. Okay, then I want to search that in here. Then I want minus minus is number of that. Okay, and then I want to bycall that. Lambda call, I want the max of runs count of call. So here, the biggest we've got is a 3. Oh, sorry, runs count call times call, because I don't want to take the 0. So yes, the biggest we've got is a 3. And then I just want to take the max of that. Okay, so then I'm just going to bring that over here so I can keep them aligned. So level 3 is in the same place. That's good. Ooh, except they're saying all 0. No, not in the same place. Sorry. Oops, move that. Okay, and level 5. Yes, that's pointing to the right place. Okay, so then max here is 7, max here is 4, max here is 3, so it's the 7, and it's game 57. But just to be vaguely proper, let's say XLOOKUP, I guess 15 in column A, returning from column B, exact match or next smaller item. Oh my god, that took forever. That last level especially. Like this, I usually try to record my first attempt at something, and my first attempt just got so lost that it was unusable. And even on my second attempt, it was still, wow, that was a brutal question. But it was also, I mean, it was, A, it was interesting, and B, it was like, it wasn't sort of arbitrarily brutal. Like this is absolutely something that a human could look at as you dealt out these cards and answer this question for you. Like maybe not that kind of adding up the numbers bit, but like find the longest consecutive streak with jokers. It's very, very human doable, which I like that in a question. The idea that you can say, well, I could easily, like I could explain this to my 9-year-old and he could do this. Can I explain this to Excel clearly enough that it can do it? It makes for an interesting question. All right. Thank you, Lander. As of now, I am officially caught up on that crazy Saturday of 12 cases. That's all I got for today. Thanks for watching. See you next time.